4th last week. They've been trying to turn it around. After the big win at Bristol, the performance fell off and the results weren't as good as they wanted, and all of a sudden here they are bouncing back, especially tonight after some adversity. Okay, let's go back to the front because nothing's really changed, but we want to show you how the pattern is established. There's Joey Logano. His lead is a half a second over Carl Edwards. Then you drop back to Brad Keselowski. Remember, his car's better the longer the run. That seemed like yesterday. But if Brad gets a long run to the end of this race, maybe he can reel him in. In 4th place, Brendan Gaughan has got his hands full. That's the best battle we have for 4th, with Reed Sorensen closing down once again.
And they're just going to have to search around right now, try to get the top side of the track to work the bottom, whatever it takes to get these cars handling the best right now, because they're not racing side by side. They can afford now to move around a little bit and try to pick up the speed. Just like we saw Justin Allgaier, he went to the top of the track. It worked for him. Hasn't been working all night long. Well, with only 15 laps to go, it's working for Allgaier now. Well, and right behind this, remember, Scott Wimmer's crew chief, Ricky Byer, said we needed about 3 more laps of caution. So far, he hasn't gotten those 3 laps. There he is, top of your screen. But they may run into fuel issues here in the last closing laps. They're back on the 04, and they're getting a good run tonight from Jeremy Clements. How about Josh Wise there in the 7, as he too has been working his way back up through the field. And there's Brad Coleman, another one of those victims from one of our multiple cautions. Going around Scott Lagasse. That is Lagasse in 14th. Coleman now up to 13th. Josh Wise in 15th. And right behind them is Brian Eichler, also involved in an altercation earlier tonight. So a lot of these cars coming back.
Now, with somebody else coming back, looks like Carl Edwards starting to ease up to the back bumper of this 20 car. Last few laps, he's trying a little different groove, and he's found a little bit.
Yeah, look, he runs off the corner better than Joey.
Here he comes. Whoa. He's got to run now.
He's got to commit to the top side of that racetrack and just stay working it, because that's where he's going to pass. That's where he's going to get that run to pass him, it looks like to me, guys.
They both clear Eric McClure. That's Robert Richardson coming up next. And several lap vehicles.
8 more times, 8.
You got 73 in there as well, Derek Cope. Richardson gives plenty of room. They both make it through. For Edwards, 11 of his 25 Nationwide Series victories have come on tracks that the Sprint Cup Series does not compete on. So he's done well on what we would call the standalone tracks. And can he pick up his 2nd win here tonight?
He might have something for Joey. Made that big run there, and he 4 or 5 laps in a row there. He beat Joey Logano.
Carl has 1 victory here at Kentucky. Joey has 2 in a row. They're the only 2 former winners in the field tonight of 43. And here comes Edwards once again, closing the gap.
Got another good run off turn 2.
No lap traffic this time to worry about. Down into 3. Boy, Edwards can hold that low line.
Yeah, you see Joey moving up, trying to block his line right there, and that's a great thing to do. I'd be doing the same thing. I mean, Carl has been working the top side of the racetrack. Joey's went up and broke his rhythm right there. Carl said, heck with it, I'm going to bottom.
Right here's where Carl's been strong, though. He's right through this corner. He's moved up that half a lane, and he gets a good run off this corner. Looks like Joey's got too much of a lead to get him this time.
5.5 laps to go. That's Deb Logano, Joey's mother. She can't even afford to look right now.
Coming to 5 laps to go. Carl Edwards is giving it everything he's got. See right there, just getting out of the groove. He's trying just almost too hard.
I think if Joey can, block his line, stay on the top side of the racetrack, make the top side work, he can hold off Carl. But if he just leaves it wide open on the top, it could be trouble for him.
Well, remember the Nationwide Dash for Cash. Joey Logano is the only driver not eligible for that $25,000 bonus. He's not worried about that. He's looking at history. If he can hold on, he wins 3 straight races at Kentucky, all 3 starting from the pole. No one's ever done it in series competition. Carl Edwards, well, he just wants to get his first win of the season and 2nd here at Kentucky.
Yeah, Carl wants a right to ship, don't you think? I mean, they've had some problems all year long getting this car handling good. Last week was a great run for this team, and tonight, I got to say, they're back.
They're definitely back, but Carl wants more. He wants the trophy. He's got 4 laps to do it.
Well, we've seen Carl in races prior, those bonsai moves where he'll literally slide it right up the wall, actually carry him off the wall. We've seen it happen. Does he do it here? And there we go. Got lap traffic involved now.
Now this may play a factor in this race.
Jason Keller in the 35. Which way do you go? And it looks like he'll take the high side. So Carl goes around. Here's more lap traffic. The 81. It's Michael McDowell. Still more lap traffic ahead, and the laps continue to wind down. Carl has to try and get the lap traffic to give him a little boost here because he's lost a little bit of ground.
Yeah, Joey Logano's doing a great job in this lap traffic. Looks like he's got too much lead now for Carl to overcome.
The 87 of Joe Nemechek gives way. 2 laps remaining here, separating Joey Logano from history. He said it just 2 years ago when he won at the youngest age ever for a Nationwide Series victor. And now he may make another page of history. He has led up to this moment 104 laps. Here he comes.
White flag. One more. Your white flag. One more. Clear by 6. No pressure.
White flag. And one more circuit of this 1.5 mile oval at Kentucky Speedway. It looks like we're going to beat the weather, but nobody looks like they're going to beat Joey Logano.
Nobody's ever beaten him at this track.
Oh, man, he just picked it up right there to just outrun Carl Edwards by 0.2 of a second. Joey just ran one of his fastest laps of the night just then. It's like he just put that baby in afterburner and took off just then. Get
your cameras ready because here comes history. Joey Logano wins 3 straight from the pole at Kentucky. Second place to Carl Edwards. Brad Keselowski will come off a distant third.
Yeah, baby, finally, finally, 3 for 3 at Kentucky. Yes!
Joey had led over 400 laps this year, but had yet to win. But he does it now.
Awesome.
Look at that smile.
Thank God.
On Kevin
Good
Kidd.
job, guys. Awesome start.
Scott Wimmer's car made it to the
Maybe
finish.
work for it a little bit. That was cool.
Jamie?
Well, you hear Joey Logano saying, finally, finally, because in 10 starts, you guys hadn't won a race yet. Kevin, first race win together. How did you guys dominate here once again?
It's all Joey Logano. This kid, you know, he gets around this place pretty good, and he's got it figured out. We were just fortunate enough to have a good car to let him go out there and do his thing, but he's the man at this place.
What were those last few laps like, knowing the 60 was closing?
Hey, 60 gave us a fight. I was worried. I really was. But I knew Joey was pretty hungry to get the victory lane, so he had a little more there at the end.
Congratulations, 3 wins in a row for Joey Logano. His mom, Deb, is here. Dad, Tom Logano, is not. Marty?
All right, and we have been told that the severe weather is imminent. I mean, it could be pretty wicked, and so we may be going off the air here pretty quickly, folks. So forgive us if we don't get everybody that we normally interview. We like to try to get the top 5 on air, but we are told that this storm, when it does hit, is going to be pretty mean. So we're going to watch the fireworks, and hopefully if we can get a quick word from Joey if he makes it to victory lane. And yes, we're going to hang on to at least talk to Joey. And let's check in. There's Carl. Let's talk to him, Doc.
Carl Edwards climbs out. Carl back-to-back second place finishes. And to quote Rusty Wallace, he said, after the run you put in the last 2 weeks, in his opinion, Roush Fenway is back. What do you think?
Yeah, it feels really good. After I'm sure Joey's had a long week, and he deserved that win. You know, he worked really hard, and I had him on that high line, man. I was up there. I thought, man, I hope they're not telling him what I'm doing, but I know they were, and he got back up there. I got to thank fanhouse.com and Copart. They got a great online auction, and Fast and all, and Ford, man. I'm excited to go back there to Michigan tonight. I think we got a great Aflac Fusion for tomorrow, but I want to say get well to Dave Bentledge, but it's close. It's close.
Jack Roush certainly has reason to smile. So does Carl Edwards. Let's check in with Vince.
Well, the points leader, Brad Keselowski, had a full night. He started 25th, drove up into the top 5, then lost 8 spots in the pits on a fuel-only stop, still drove up to 3rd. Did you ever think maybe you're going to have a shot at Carl and Joey for the win?
Yeah, maybe another caution or something, you know, just to bunch it up. Just one of those days, and came away and brought home a solid finish for a Discount Tire Dodge Charger here. So just keep plugging away, solid finishes, trying to make no mistakes as a driver, and get a solid finishes like this and keep that points lead, and Carl finished one spot in front of us, but if we keep finishing top fives every week, there's no way they'll catch us. So something to be proud of, to take away from a day where we were just a little bit off.
Brad Keselowski, still the points leader, Marty.
He's leading by 272 over Carl. Third place now.